Welcome back to Tribal
I'm
Council.
Sandy. Sandy. Sorry.
Hey,
Actually, this is my welcome speech today. Welcome, guys, to the Inuit ceremony. This isn't Tribal Council. This is the Inuit ceremony. I will be playing my power today, Sandy. Would you like me to read it now?
sure. Read your power. Where'd you get it from? What's it called?
Oh, of course. So I got this beautiful power off the merchant ship back a while ago. And today we are having an Inuit ceremony, which was held the Queen Elizabeth Island, and it has found its way to Port Royal. With this power, I get to nominate only 3 people that will be able to receive votes at this tribal council. And those will be the only 3.
If y'all haven't guessed or by now, the merchant ship held many powers, obviously, some of which were pirate related and some of which were hailed to past iSurvivor seasons. The Inuit spot was a twist from iSurvivor 31 Queen Elizabeth Islands that took place at the merge, conveniently enough. Max did purchase this and win it, or bid on it. He won it from the merchant ship. It will allow him to place 3 black spots on 3 individuals. And those individuals will be the only ones up to get their torch enough to walk the plank. Matt, and it has to be played at Starter Tribal Council. This is a Starter Tribal Council. Max, since the Inuit spot will now become the Inuit ceremony, you can start us off by naming the 3 pirates who will receive the black spots.
The 3 pirates I've chosen tonight to receive the black spots are going to be Julia, Valian, and Zach.
Okay, so I'm going to start Tribal Council off now with the ones with the black spot, an opportunity to let us know how they feel right now. Valian.
Yes.
So essentially you just got nominated by Max. How are you feeling?
Not good yet again. Like, it's stressful, but like it's okay.
Yeah, come to think of it, Food Chain essentially nominated 3 people of the 8 of you by not winning. You are one of them. Tonight,
Yeah,
you are also one of them.
I know.
Do you have
Not
anything?
good,
Do you have anything that you
obviously.
want to? Do you have anything that you want to say right now to all people available to vote at all, or you want to get your bearings and think of something to say, and we'll circle
Yeah,
back around?
nothing to say, honestly. It is what it is.
Okay, let's move it on over to Julia. Julia, you survived Tribal Council last episode in a very small aftershock tribal, only 5 people. You made the merge, experienced the auction, and here you sit after half an hour of strategy, marked with a black spot. What is running through your mind right now?
I knew something was gonna happen. Not this. It's actually a really interesting twist. I kind of like this. I assumed I was gonna get like 3 powered fucked out of this game. I'm kind of sad it's only gonna take 1 power to get me out. I know I'd rather go down swinging with more. I knew I was gonna go home tonight regardless of what was gonna happen, just because of the communication. Yeah, I knew something was gonna happen like this. Well, not this, but
So because of the
yeah.
communication means just generally like the other 10 people were not communicating with you, because when people are not speaking to you, yes, that's a sign in Survivor that, oh shit, maybe I should be worried.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of players in this game really have to work. I know this is those in glass houses shall not throw stones, but I think a lot of people in this game really have to work on the delicate art of 1, subtlety, and 2, just like even just like pretending like you want to work with someone. I think that's like a big part of the game. I think is even like pretending to give someone a shot. because at least in that way you can send them out the door and they might have a little bit of favor towards you. But yeah, that's
So you
my
mean some
piece.
people are pretty much just giving you the straight up either cold shoulder or like not sugarcoating the fact that they don't want to work with you?
Yeah, for sure. Like, and honestly, it is what it is. If this is how I go, this is how I go. Um, I meant everything I've said to everybody, really and truly. Whether you want to believe it or not, I have. And do with that what you will. I have nothing else to say.
We're gonna come back to you and Valiant, and we're gonna listen to Zach, but we'll come back to y'all obviously before the vote. But Zach, initial reaction.
It's a fair play. I can't be mad about it. It's power. He got it. 3 former Calicos, totally fine, totally understandable. I'm not upset. I'm surprised, but I'm not upset. I hope this isn't the end for me. If it is, again, just like Julia said, so be it. It kind of is what it is. I don't like sitting next to Valiant and Julia, but that's the way of the game.
Max, we'll bring it back to you. What went into this decision? Zach stated his opinion. Was Zach kind of hit the nail on the head in that 3 former Calico? Blackbeard came into the merge in a minority. So is this just sort of like a Hail Mary in to get a Calico out at all costs?
I'm trying to do what I can to even it out and make it a game where it's, just a merge, a genuine merge. It's not Blackbeard versus Calico, it's where like I could, actually have a good conversation with JB or whatever. Like, I'll be honest, me and JB don't really talk. I mean, but I'd love to actually like get to know him and like stuff like that, where like I just feel like there's still such a divide. And so like it's kind of protect my numbers for now and hope it shakes up the game a little bit.
So you think that this move will open up the game and blur the lines of tribe versus tribe?
I mean, maybe not right away, but hopefully down the road, it would be fun.
Mm-hmm. You also said in that statement to protect your numbers. Do you want to elaborate on what that means?
Well, I mean, Blackbeard, like you said earlier, we are in the minority right now. And like, I don't like saying like Blackbeard's in the minority because, we are a merged tribe. That isn't really a thing anymore, saying Blackbeard or Calico, but that's what we're just labeled still as because it's what we were. But those are the people that I obviously have the strongest connections with. And I want to make sure that they're safe for as long as I can keep them safe.
Okay. Let's move on to, I want to talk to Jazz and Taisha quickly. Jazz, how was the auction? How did it treat you?
I didn't want to be linked to anybody, that's for sure. Because that's like extra conversation that you have to have when you only have 30 minutes to make a decision. And then I don't know. It's like vote the same or you don't get a vote the next fucking round. And then that's 2 votes that are gone out of 10 next round,
So a lot to consider, not a lot of time to consider it.
Yeah, it's just a fucking mess. I'm mad
You
at
think
you
at this
guys.
moment you and Taisha are on the same page?
Maybe. If we don't want to lose our vote, we kind of have to be.
Did y'all have discussion about it? Like
I
weigh
mean,
pros and
we
cons,
talked.
weigh names that you're hearing, and then come to a decision like, okay, if we want to keep our vote, we need to do this.
Yeah, we talked for sure. And I think we're on the same page.
Taisha, let's hear from your perspective.
It's just messy, first of all. It makes it way harder, like, especially considering like we were on different sides. So like our votes have to come together. So it's like we're panicking, but then we're panicking together because we don't know what the fuck to do. So yeah, it makes it hard. I think we're on the same page. I'm not sure.
So because the Inuit ceremony has just happened and three people's names are out there, and both of you just told me you were on the same page, that leads me to believe that the person's name that you're on the same page about is marked with a black spot.
I mean, it could be, it could not be, because, you know, I mean, I guess maybe if you want to put it that way, then it could be that way, but like, you
Yeah.
know, out of the three, like, I mean, what can we really do other than think we're on the same page?
Okay, best of luck getting on the same page if you're actually not, or best of luck staying on the same page until the vote comes, because that could change as well. Nolita,
Yes.
well, I want to hear from your perspective. Does this feel like a Calico versus Blackbeard narrative right now, first few days into the actual merge?
Yes. Like, it would be hard not to say that. I think every single person here would say that that's the case, because I mean, we've watched reality TV. Like, there's just a mentality. You go through a lot of stuff together. You go through challenges together. So it takes. Can you hear me? Sorry. It takes a while for those bonds to break down. And like, a lot of us have just met. Like, we met during the earthquake thing, but that wasn't a lot of time. And then we had to go like eat each other, which is just such a weird statement. Does that answer your question? Am I unstable?
Nope, you're perfect. Heard it all.
Yay.
Yay, stable internet connection. So, Valiant, Julia, Zach, three former Calicos. You're safe. You're not the one getting votes on a parchment. How, now that it's revealed and stuff, do you decide which one is going to be getting your vote?
Are you talking to me?
I sure am.
I didn't listen. I thought I was done.
She's like, let me puff on my vape real quick. I'm done with this stress. I
Yeah.
said, so you have three Calico up with a black spot. You're safe, but there are three of your members who you played this game 24 days with. How do you decide, especially not knowing prior to getting on this Zoom?
Gut. It's like, three things that what is happening right now? I'm unstable.
I hear you. Your video is just lagging a little bit, but I hear you, I think.
I'm frozen.
I hear you. Can you hear me? She knew that she shouldn't answer this question.
Am I back?
You're back. Hey.
Can't hear anything.
Okay. Well, Nolita, we'll move on. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Can you hear me? We'll wait till she comes back. She's not going to get out of that question. We'll go back to her.
Can you hear me? Sorry, am I back?
Are you back?
I am. I think so.
Hey, you remember the question?
I think I answered it. My internet didn't like that question.
Yeah,
It
you
froze
said your
me.
gut pretty much.
Yeah, because it's like options that you weren't thinking about, and so you have to just reformulate your brain and then just think through how it affects your game, and then go with your gut.
Thank you, Nolita. JB, sort of the same thing for you. You're safe. How do you make this decision based off of people that you've spent 24 days with?
I have no idea. And I just want to kind of piggyback off something Nalita said. Like, you asked her if it felt like it was Calico versus Blackbeard, and I mean, like, the way that you guys have structured this game, never swapping us, it's almost impossible for it not to be, at least right away, because we've spent an entire game talking to one group of people, and then, like, I don't know, it's just hard to imagine that people would like have such strong bonds with anybody else from the other team like as soon as we merge, because that's just not how things usually work. I mean, we saw how the last tribal councils went. Like, clearly people were emotional.
Which is sort of crazy to me that it is still so Calico versus Blackbeard. Yes, the structure was never swapping, but we did have an opportunity for mutiny, which people like Megan and Nay and Venus didn't take us up on, and then they were voted out of the game. And I can reveal it now. I'm going to reveal it now. Production, I'm making an executive decision.
Go for it.
The wellness
dare you.
check was another opportunity to mutiny. If you answered during the wellness check, do you regret your decision of not mutinying? And you said yes, you would have been on the other tribe. So technically, we've given you many opportunities to change this dynamic, and y'all refused to. But it's also super interesting that at this point in the game at Tribal Council, there are people who've been voted out of these respective tribes already that are, if it's still Calico versus Blackbeard, it blows my mind. And there are people who willingly have said that they feel on the bottom of their tribe, yet at this moment, it is still Blackbeard versus Calico. So what is the why do you think that is, JD? Why do you think that I'm getting that vibe? Why do you think I feel like that?
Because that's how it is. That is why that's how the vibe is. I mean, like, people did get out. Like, people still want to work with the people that like they have been with the entire time. But I also think that when you say that people were voted out, like for example, Rachel was voted out and Bellion was voted out, but they were both voted out in like weird circumstances. Like, Rachel was voted out in a circumstance where like really only 3 people could get votes, and then Bellion was voted out because of a weird surprise tribal where half the tribe was immune. So I think in the back of everybody's minds, even if they're voted out on those things, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that they should flip on those people, because it was just a weird set of circumstances that got them out.
Fair. I guess based just off of who I am as a person, somebody writes my name down, I am not going to forget it. So we will see if that actually ever comes to fruition, because votes, when your name is written down, it means people essentially don't want you here. Okay. So now, JB, now knowing that the Inuit spot has been played by Max, if you did not spend 190 gold on that necklace, do you feel like you would have been one of those 3?
Probably. I'm more probably surprised about Valian being up now because he was voted out once, so I feel like I probably would have maybe been in his spot, but I'm not entirely sure. All I'm saying is I know I'm happy that I have the necklace. Max already said I don't talk to him much, so I feel like I probably would have been nominated. And like, obviously, like, no hard feelings, like, I get it, but I'm just happy that I do have it right now. And especially when you said that, I was like, with all these powers that you just put into play, I want this immunity, because whether it's Max's previous power from a merchant ship or something that happened tonight, there were way too many things in play to even not have the immunity.
From my perspective, smart play, because you ain't getting no votes tonight. So good job, JB. Rachel.
Hello, what's up?
So it's been a whirlwind of a couple of episodes for you. Y'all had an earthquake, you lost food chain, you got voted out, you won a duel against Romeo, which got you a buff into the merge, and now here you are at the merge, top 11. Is it a whole new game for you, or is it picking up where you left off?
I feel like it's kind of a mixture of both because this is the merge and we have to, if we want to make it to the end, we have to make connections with everybody. And at the same time, I am picking up where I left off because in my head, like I was determined not to go anywhere. So I wasn't like throwing away my game, being like, oh, whatever. I just come back and I pick up right where I left off, I would say.
Now, how do you feel that you're safe essentially tonight?
Really good. This past few days have been crazy. And I have been trying to like talk to everybody as much as I can, but like I feel like it's too early to make decisions on people. And I'm glad that like I like that stress level of potentially going home is taken off. And the only thing I have to like worry about is like not necessarily worry about, but like focus on now that I'm safe is talking to people and seeing where everyone else's heads are at.
All right. Thank you, Rachel. Bree.
I was on mute. Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Are you a little bit relieved in that tribal council is a place typically where one person is immune and everybody else is vulnerable unless they have like a power or an idol that could keep them safe to play correctly. But generally, most people are vulnerable. Tonight, options are like drastically chopped. So are you feeling a little bit relieved now opposed to 20 minutes ago?
I mean, at the end of the day, when, of course, it was, I think I could say this for anyone, if you're not on the block, of course, there's like a sense of relief there. But at the same time, it's people that like just kind of what everybody has already said, it's people that you've worked with. So in essence, it's like one of those bittersweet situations that like, yeah, great, I'm not on the block. But then it's like, oh man, now we have to vote, you know, between people we worked with for so long.
How do you make that decision?
I don't know. I think at this point, it comes down to who have you connected with the most and what would be best, you know, in the foreseeable future of how this game may be played out. Because I think at the end of the day, everybody is strong players. We have a lot of strong players here. So yeah, we're in a merge, but like you said, everybody has to at some point play almost their own individual game while working with others. Whether people want to admit it or not, but it just sucks to see that some of the people you've been working with are on the block.
Thank you, Bree. Benji. From my memory, you were one of the people who kind of made out like a bandit in the auction. You got the express pass, the lucky voyage. You got I think the fancy spyglass, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Just the spyglass and the express pass.
Yeah, two good things. Whereas like compared to other people who got nothing, or poor Valian who was fucking sent out, you got two positive things. Do you think that your Benji target, everybody started like this? Do you think your Benji target is now a little bit like that because of your public gift?
A little bit, yeah. It was one of the first things that crossed my mind when I did get 2 powers, that people would look at me first. The last powers that are not available to them that end up getting tanked would be within their best interests. But I would also say to kind of think outside the box of that may work in your favor better than just getting rid of someone who has 2 powers.
Got it. Do you feel like had Max not had and played the Inuit spot tonight that you may have been a target based off of what you walked away with?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I mean, every tribal that I come in here that I do not secure safety for myself, I'm automatically nervous because, one, just because I purely love this game and I want to keep playing. But two, it's also that inner competitor in me to want to continue to keep going. So, you know, anything that I can't guarantee, best believe that I'm shaking within my boots.
Okay, thank you. Zach, Julia, Velian, you've heard your tribe speak here at Tribal, the Inuit ceremony highlights the three of you. Before we get to the vote, this is your opportunity. If you want to speak directly to somebody, if you have a connection with somebody and you want them in your corner tonight, you want to speak generally, this is your last opportunity. You could change your fate right here, right now. Also, keep in mind that as those with spots, you can still vote. We'll start with Zach.
This is like my final plea kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you don't
Okay.
have to, but I was just leaving.
Oh no, I will. No, I will. I will.
Yeah.
Hey y'all. So I'm here and I'm queer and I'm ready to stay in the game. And you know, I don't want to go. That's really it at the end of the day. I don't want to go. The conversations I've had today, yesterday, since day one, which feels like an eternity to go, they've been genuine. I think I've made some great connections with you guys. And if you know those conversations were meaningful to you as well, I hope that you keep me. And if not, I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, Zach. Best of luck tonight. Julia.
Hello, everyone. I think that I've said to people, I've meant what I said. I will stand by that until that torch is snuffed, till whatever. I've meant everything I've said to people. I've enjoyed all the conversations I've had. Really and truly, you all are fantastic people, regardless of how much we've talked or not. I too hope to stay in this game. It's been a shit ton of fun, and I just want to keep playing. Good luck to Velian. Good luck to Zach. You both are great.
Velian, let's close it out.
Hey everyone. So firstly, I don't think my words are going to change something. I'm pretty sure people already made their minds and made a decision. So just do whatever is best for your game. And I hope I can survive again tonight. And good luck to Zach and Julia.
Thank you very much, Zach, Julia, Velian. It has now come to the point, Tribal Council, where I'm going to ask you to make your way over to your Discord confessionals. You are going to send us a message, type the name of the person you want to see be written on the parchment. You can only vote Zach, Velian, or Julia. It's time to vote. Please stay muted until you vote. Once you vote, you can unmute. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. They will have their torch snuffed and they will be forced to walk the plank. If anyone is in possession of a hidden immunity idol or another in-game power and they would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'll read the votes. First vote, Julia. Next vote, Velian. We're at 1 for Julia and 1 for Velian. Zach. Three-way tie, 1 for each of the nominees. Velian. We are at 2 votes for Villian, 1 vote for Julia, 1 vote for Zach. Next vote. Julia. We're tied. 2 votes for Julia, 2 votes for Villian, 1 vote for Zach. Next vote. Julia. That is 3 votes for Julia, 2 votes for Villian, 1 vote for Zach. Next vote. Villian. We are tied. 3 for Villian, 3 for Julia, 1 for Zach. I'll read the next vote. Julia. Next vote. 10th person voted out of iSurvivor, Port Royal. Julia, tonight that is enough. You can unmute and say some final words.
Well, Sandy, I said I was going to try not to cry, but I said try, not I'm not going to cry. I want to thank you guys. I really wanted like a different experience with new people, and you really gave me that, and I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of cool people here. I'm usually not this emotional. I don't know why. Like, I promise. Start playing, guys. Just start playing. And to my sweet pea, kick ass. Do it for me. I love you. All right. That's all I have to say.
Before you go, Julia, on behalf of the production team, you know how entertaining you were for us. As somebody who I was a rival with in a previous game, the fact that you wanted to play and you gave it your all every day. I wanted to make this a good experience for you. I wanted to give you something different. And I really hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much. It's going to hurt me to do this every single time, but unfortunately, Julia, tonight, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to walk the plank.
Thanks, Sandy.
I miss you, Julia, from the fields.
I miss you. Drew, you were always favorite. Always met Drew.
Miss you so much.
And the Inuit spot 6 years later claims its final victim here in Port Royal. Congratulations, Villian. Congratulations, Zach. And congratulations to the rest of you. You've made it to the end game. You're a juror and you're part of the whole finale process. Congratulations, making the jury. Look around. You're either competing against a finalist or you're a jury member alongside somebody else. This is where the game amps up, and it will not be Blackbeard or Calico for long. It's going to be person versus person versus person. Only one of you is going to outwit, outplay, and outlast. This is not a ship team game any longer. And the one person of you who knows that and does it best will win this game. And I can't wait to see who that's going to be. You can head back to camp.